Donald Trump is sending more US troops to the Nigerian soil. Today, there was an announcement from the National Defense Headquarters stating that about 100 US military personnel arrived in Nigeria. Remember, 4 days ago, there was an announcement of 200 US military personnel. Now, today, we are hearing about hundreds of them, making it 300 in number, though the number might even higher than what we are seeing on the media, because this is a security matter, so they can't actually tell you the exact situation. Are you hearing me? Because they are coming to fight the enemy. And let me just give you the full details of this report from Sahara Reporters. This is source of this news. Then I will make my point. And I read: breaking: Nigerian Defense Headquarters announces arrival of 100 US military personnel. The Defense Headquarters Abuja has announced the arrival of about 100 United States military personnel and associated equipment at Bauchi Airfield as part of ongoing defense cooperation between Nigeria and the United States. In a press release issued on Monday, the Defense Headquarters stated that the deployment forms part of the deliberation during a working group engagement by a Nigerian delegation and its US counterpart. The statement was signed by Major General Samaila Uba, Director, Defense Information, on Monday. According to the statement, the arrival of the US military trainers followed a formal request by the federal government of Nigeria to the US government. The deployment, is said, is planned and deliberate following a formal request by the federal government of Nigeria to the US government to support a clearly defined military training equipment, technical support and intelligence sharing with the members of the armed forces of Nigeria. The Defense Headquarters explained that the collaboration is aimed at strengthening Nigeria's security architecture and improving the operational capacity of its troops. The collaboration will provide access to specialized technical capabilities aimed at strengthening Nigeria's ability to deter terrorist threats and enhance the protection of vulnerable communities across the country, the statement reads. It clarified that the US personnel are not combat troops but are in the country strictly in an advisory capacity. The US personnel are technical specialists serving strictly in an advisory and training capacity. They are not combat forces. All training activities will be conducted under the authority, direction and control of the Nigerian government and in close coordination with the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Defense Headquarters stated. The statement further disclosed that Nigerian troops would begin joint activities with the US advisors as part of the cooperation framework. Nigerian troops, alongside these advisors, will commence a series of joint training engagements and intelligence-focused cooperation initiatives. These activities are designed to enhance the capacity of Nigerian troops to effectively identify and neutralize extremist terrorist groups seeking to destabilize the nation, it added. Reaffirming its commitment to national security, the Armed Forces of Nigeria stressed its resolve to tackle insecurity across the country. The Armed Forces of Nigeria remain fully committed to degrading and defeating terrorist organizations that threaten the Nigerian sovereignty, national security, and the safety of its citizens, the statement reads. The Defense Headquarters also assured Nigerians of openness in its operations and communication. The Defense Headquarters assures Nigerians of continued transparency and the provision of clear, accurate, and timely information regarding the military cooperation efforts. The truth of the matter is that I am happy that Nigerian Armed Forces is receiving help that they needed. Do you understand now? That is number one thing. Then, second thing there is this. I don't think these people are just coming to play advisory role to the Nigerian military. I don't think so. There might be deeper collaboration and plans which they don't want to tell us at this point. The reason why I say this is because they are not only bringing their military personnel, they are also bringing their military equipment. Do you understand now? And remember, Trump was specific when he first struck Nigeria. And what do I mean by that? They have in mind to fight ISIS-like terrorists in Nigeria. Do you understand? All this ISWAP and Boko Haram and so that. So they are focused on dealing with those terrorists in Nigeria that have networks internationally. So my own belief, in my own assertion, what they are trying to do is that the US military personnel with the equipment is going to focus on ISWAP and Boko Haram terrorists, because these two terrorists in Nigeria has dealt with our military for years. So I believe that that should be their focus, on how to neutralize them and deal with them. Anything sort of that is a jamboree for me, because I don't see the reason why they should be bringing their troops and the military equipment just to train our own military. So it goes beyond that, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Anyways, like I've said before, let the US troops focus on dealing with these hardcore terrorists in Nigeria who have dealt a lot with the Nigerian military. Nigeria has lost a lot of its troops in fighting ISWAP and Boko Haram likes. Do you understand now? In terms of bandits and other little what is their name, Ankuras or whatever, Nigerian army has been recording successes. But where they always had issue is Boko Haram and ISWAP. Those people has an international network, and most of their weapons are more sophisticated than Nigerian military weapon itself. So I hope and also believe that the US military should also help us, are you getting me, in fighting Boko Haram and ISWAP. Because what they have, Nigerian military does not have it. So to match up with their capacity and their sophistication, I believe that those US military equipment that was brought to Nigeria should specifically go for these armed terrorists. That's my own point of view. I don't believe that they are just bringing their troops to Nigeria just to train our own military or give them advice. No, it is beyond that. And now, my final thought is this. Tinubu is a hardcore politician. In fact, good one for that matter. Because what he is trying to do is to make sure that the insecurity reduces drastically before 2027 election. And that should also give him ground to campaign. Do you understand now? So, don't be surprised that more US troops will arrive in Nigeria. Not only these 300. In fact, there might even be more than 300. Forget this thing that you're seeing on the media. So what Tinubu is trying to do is to make sure that he fights insecurity to the core before 2027's election, so that he won't suffer much trying to campaign. At least his social media war talks we're now telling us that can't you see that he has fight insecurity, that Nigeria is more secure now. So all these things are also politically motivated, but I also hope that it should yield permanent results for Nigerian security, because insecurity has dealt with us as a nation for a while, and we can't keep condoning this. So kudos to the Nigerian government for this step taken, and I also wish them well. Let us see how the arrival of the US troop is going to help in tackling insecurity in Nigeria. That is my final thought. I would also like to see your comments. Let me see what you think, guys.